Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sims Info and Thoughts video on Snowy Escape. But unfortunately, some controversy has popped up surrounding this pack and its depiction of Japanese culture. So we're going to take a look at this article from simscommunity.info, which summarizes the situation pretty well. South Korean players raise concern over insensitive imagery in The Sims 4 Snowy Escape. While initial reactions to The Sims 4 Snowy Escape seem positive overall, many South Korean players have pointed out some problematic imagery featured in the pack that is insensitive towards the history between Japan and South Korea. The frame from the reveal trailer that you can see below shows a Sim interacting with what appears to be a shrine. Although it hasn't been fully clarified what you can actually do with this shrine, it does appear that the Sim is worshipping in some way. There you can see what that looks like there, as well as this screenshot. There's one more frame in the trailer that could be showing the rising sun flag. These particular frames have caused the South Korean player community to share their thoughts and clarify why these additions to the pack are wrong. As explained by them, the shrine worship and the rising sun flag are representations of Japanese colonialism and some of the terrible things that happened to people as a result of the Japanese during this time. Here are some of the comments people left in the YouTube comments section. So a couple of these are translated through Google Translate. This is the result of Orientalism. I know that EA likes Japanese culture, but this is too much. Korea had been forced by Japan. They forced Koreans to greet their religious buildings. Koreans had to be tortured or killed if they didn't do what Japan wanted. Surprisingly, the religious building appears in the game. Spread it out, please. The Sims 4 Snowy Escape in Korea is now controversial. This is because it has a function called shrine worship. A shrine visit was when Korea was in the Japanese colonial era, when Japan set up shrines everywhere to inculcate the emperor's ideology and force Koreans to pay tribute. The Korean position, the most painful part of Korean history, and yet Japan is justifying visits to the shrine, which justifies war and colonial rule. Many Koreans are angry that EA added this to the game. I'm Korean, and these sentences are translated, so please understand that the sentences can be awkward. Many Koreans are also disappointed with Sims 4 and EA and say they will not buy this pack. I am very disappointed and angry as a Korean about EA, which contains shrine worship in the game. Buying this game is your choice, but buying a game pack that justifies one country's colonial rule and justifies Korea's painful history that is still unresolved is your freedom. But I hope you know what this pack means and buy it. Thank you for reading. Real EA, foreign users, and other people don't even think about others. I just want you guys to have fun while playing. Of course, I think Japanese culture should be respected as Japanese culture. Is there a reason to view the symbol with wounds on Koreans as a culture? Is there a reason to accept it as a culture and put it in a game that Koreans also enjoy? Also, there will certainly be Korean users who buy this pack, and if you keep watching and playing that interaction, it will become dull. I'm really disappointed that with all the work EA claimed to be doing to be culturally conscious of what they were doing with this pack, they ignored so much of their Asian audience beyond Japan. I was so excited for this pack before that. For those who don't know why it's so upsetting, specifically for Korean people in the comments, I lived there and studied the history extensively. The shrine worship and the rising sun flag are representations of Japanese colonialism and some of the terrible things that happened to people as a result of the Japanese during this time. I could make several comparisons to some negative imagery that we Westerners might make, but I really don't know if this is the place for that. If you are interested or want to understand, I would suggest looking up Japanese colonialism in other countries. Again, I specifically know about Korea personally, and I'm speaking in support of the Korean people I know and love, and the country that has become my second home. The shrine and the jacket that were shown in the Sims 4 Snowy Escapes reveal trailer are exactly what the South Korean players described them to be. That EA is in hot water. Hopefully the Sims team will make a statement soon regarding these features in the game. Yes, hopefully they do address these complaints soon. I already knew that the rising sun flag is very offensive and was used during World War II. Though I didn't notice it on the jacket because it's not quite the same, and it's not red either. It doesn't also have like the orb part of the sun in the center of it. Though maybe in other swatches it could be red, I don't know. But personally, I would have avoided just using anything similar to that design altogether. So for the jacket, I think the solution is pretty simple. Just change the design to something else completely. I really don't think that they were meaning to depict Japanese colonialism in Snowy Escape. But with the shrines, I don't think the solution is clear-cut. If they were to just simply remove the shrines from the game, then I think that would offend Japanese people. So I think either way, there is going to be somebody offended. There's really no positive outcome to this. This information about what the shrines mean to Korean players is news to me. They even had something pretty similar in The Sims 2 Bon Voyage with Takemitsu Village. So it's quite alarming to me that this has stuck around in The Sims for so long, and I just had no idea it was so offensive. So I'm not really sure what Maxis and EA will do about this, but I really hope they address it. And that wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video. So feel free to let me know your thoughts on this controversial issue in the comments section below. And be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Paralive, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!